Hello all, and welcome to the zoo.
Why am I here?
Minions of the Zoo is a lovable ragtag group of misfits that sprang up initially as a fan group to Ranting Monkey, Scribelite, Some Dumb American, and their joint Lords of the Night livestream show. Late night discussions in Discord quickly evolved into streams of their own, with each member bringing something new and different to the table for discussion. Led by the incomparable Reject PPC and TheOneTonHammer, the group rotates hosts known as zookeepers.
Hello everybody and welcome to Minions of the Zoo. I am your host for this evening, TheOneTonHammer.
I will be your zookeeper tonight, Reject.
Alright, and welcome to the zoo. I am TheLuckyPoptart.
Inquisitor. Sanguine.
Skep Tock.
I'm Prospero.
Cassie. And I'm Delahazed.
Regular streamers, they're known as minions, and special guests are known as traveling exhibits. appear on a nightly basis, so that each show has something unique and fresh for our audience. Minions of the Zoo currently streams at 10:30 Central Standard, 11:30 Eastern Standard Time.
Yo and hello, good evening all, and welcome to Minions of the Zoo. This is the 1400th show. I don't know how we got here, but we did, and you know what? We're gonna keep going. And, of course, I am your keeper this evening, Delahazed, dealer of disappointment, because for those of you who were expecting Poppy, well, I got news for you. It ain't happening. Look, I tried, alright? Honestly, God, I tried. I put the most effort I've put into anything. Mind you, it's still very minimal. I mean, like, I waited until 5 minutes before the show was supposed to start and asked her. But, you know, I'm sure that she is just resting because she's worked hard. And God damn it, it is not Green Deadpool. God damn it, that's going to stick, isn't it? Well, I mean, at least it's funny. At least it's funny. But God damn it, no. How are you all doing this evening? I hope you're well. Yeah, this was a little bit short notice, so it's just me. If anyone does want to come join, just let me know. I mean, it's up to you. I could go either way, as you know. It's just the quality of the show depends on you, as always. What you want to see or hear, kind of thing. It's in stream time, Johnny. I'm lazy. Unless you mean physically hit you and me, in which case, I mean, you paying for the plane ticket? the gas, whatever, you know. But yeah, I haven't got much, you know me, I'm pretty boring that way, sadly. Sorry guys, that's it's just how it goes, but you know, I try, okay? I will put some effort into it, like, you know, whatever. It's not a hate crime, Terry. It's only if I'm full white. Oh, and there she is. What is up? Welcome to the party. I mean, you know, we gotta keep up the standards of my nights, yo. We don't want people getting their hopes up that I'm gonna get any better at things. Ew, why? I won't. Yo, that's right, you can't hear Johnny because I had no one here, so I had that audio turned off. That's okay. It's just a quick flip of the switch, and you guys should be able to hear Johnny about 10 seconds ago.
You pulled a me.
No, I didn't pull a you, because I turned that off on purpose, because like I said, no one was here. That was unnecessary audio sourcing. You were the only one producing audio from that source, so I didn't need it till you got here.
Okay, never mind. So you pulled a half of me.
Technically, that's my move. I was doing it first, thank you very much.
Well, no, actually, if we're to be honest, pulling a me would be not setting it up in the first place.
Again, I did that first, thank you very much.
Yeah, because like on Thursday when I had everyone in and they're like, "Oh, we can't hear a thing." I'm like, "Oh, that's because I didn't set anything up."
Yeah.
It was a new profile.
Yeah.
Set up specifically for minions, and completely forgot to set up the sound.
See, I did something smart. I just duplicated the one that I've been using recently on my channel and made the slight adjustments to fit it for minion specifications, like changing the background I use, specifying one of the avatars kind of thing, you know, that sort of stuff.
Yeah, I need to go through my OBS anyway and just get rid of I think I've made some of the things a little too complicated.
Yeah, I've been I've had my fun with throwing as much stuff as I can and seeing and that I think looks cool on stuff, and just started going with more simpler approaches lately.
Because I'd still like to do like the streams, like with us playing 7 Days to Die, where I still have the three of us on, and then like if something were to glitch, with one of the showings, we can at least either switch it to where it would just be my showing, or would it be one of your guys' showings, depending on where the error is.
Right. And Check Your Logic says night stream falls on 1480, or night stream 1488 falls on December 10th, by the way. How can you be so sure? That's all I've got to ask. I mean,
I believe one night has been skipped.
I'm pretty sure
More than one night, I'm sure.
at least two nights have been skipped, if I'm not mistaken.
As long as I've been watching, I should say. I've only seen one night skipped.
Right?
So.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not saying it can happen. I'm just saying the possibility exists.
Let me see what my mic's at so that the audio is not your fault.
Oh, it's not my fault. The audio is just fine. It's you as always. Cause like
let's see if I can do this and it'll work.
Cause like your audio capture is on max right now, and
so how does this sound compared to?
I mean, I've got my headphones turned up, so that sounds slightly louder than you were before, but I don't know how it sounds to them. And just real quick, Check Your Logic. No one is arguing your ability to do math. I was just suggesting you may not have taken variables into consideration. That's all.
There's always X factors.
Exactly.
And not the good ones. Like, X factors.
You're absolutely right, Check. This is definitely not Nightstream 1488. I remember sometime last year someone skipped 11 streams. Said, I'm sure that happened, but we tend to go back once in a while and make sure we get the right numbers, and if we see an error, we tend to correct it. So I'm not gonna say you're wrong. I'm gonna say that I will try to keep that in mind, and I will go back and look and see if that's the case or not. I know you meant that, Check. I was just giving you a little hard time there, bud. Still a little low on my end. Oh, man. That's just his natural tone, guys. I mean, come on.
I flipped my switch on the mic, and it is what it is.
'Tis what it is, y'all. That's all it can be.
I blame... Did she leave a cat?
I blame... Did she leave the cat?
Yeah, my wife left a cat in the streaming room. So, yeah, one moment.
Well, I mean... How else are you going to stream with me?
Hi, stupid.
Oh, and of course, you can't hear my not-so-witty reply. What a guy.
All right. Well, that was fun.
You took your headphones off for that, didn't you?
Yep.
Yeah. Fair enough. I said, how else are you supposed to stream with me? But, you missed the not-so-witty response.
Nah. Yeah, that's usually how it goes.
Yeah, well, it is what it is. Fun is the main objective. Says who? I want to meet that person. I don't know what's going on. I'm just reading random things.
Yeah.
So, anything new and exciting going on in your life, Johnny?
No. I did help my elder boy clean his house, clean his room, because it has been a disaster. Like, I'm talking hoarders style disaster.
Oof.
And I mean, he's going through some like psychological stuff right now, so it's kind of it was good for him to get, like, he had this like mystery odor in his room, so like
He had the funk going on.
yeah,
Yeah.
find out where it was and play, guess where the smell is.
Just kind of just cosplay as Toucan Sam and follow your nose.
Yeah, not like he does. I'm not going face first into that smell. Like,
Just follow your nose.
just follow your. Oh shit! What the hell is that smell? God.
Starts ripping his beak off. Uncle Toucan, what's going on?
Just starts jabbing into like sensory spots of the brain. Just, I can't get it out. I can't get it out.
Just like that, we've created a robot chicken sketch.
Oh man, I really wish I had the capability of doing that kind of stuff. That would be fun.
Oh, stop motion animation?
Well, just like stop motion, just animation in general. Doing like, I guess, would it be called sketch comedy with that kind of stuff? It would technically be.
Well, I mean, it is a sketch. It's meant for comedy. I mean,
It's animated, so
even still, it's a scripted thing. It can be a sketch.
But yeah, doing something like that I think would be absolutely a fun thing to do.
I agree. Like, I dabbled in the most basic of it when I did those few Among Us videos on my channel from your streams there. That was pretty fun.
I was watching a couple of those with my wife last night, and the one we watched yesterday. Let's see. I mean, what episode don't we have where we're not making fun of Wesley for outing himself as an imposter?
Right?
5 seconds of starting the game. That will never die. That meme will never die.
I mean, to be fair, Wesley doesn't even need to be there. We're doing it.
Oh yeah, no, it's happening regardless. So
regardless.
And I was just thinking we need to get into that because I do.
Yes, and imagine how much fun it would be, how much more fun it would be with proximity chat and modifications.
Yes.
Like modded gameplay. It would be so easy to acquire and set up too.
Yes.
Which is why you need to get your ass on it.
Yeah, I don't know how to do that stuff, so.
Well, this is why you approach me, who can tell you how to do this. I got Terry to do it.
Download the mods, so.
Yeah, you just need to download the mods and just run them, like they'll auto connect kind of thing.
You gotta just find a file and go.
Yeah, and like with the like I have a mod pack client for Among Us as well as the proximity chat client.
What's proximity chat?
Proximity chat is it takes everyone in the voice call and makes it so that you only hear each other if you're in if your characters are in certain distance from each other, which can be set in the settings.
Nice.
Yeah. So like you could be on one side of the map and I could be on the other, and we wouldn't be able to hear each other, unlike when we're in Discord when everyone can hear each other all the time.
Yeah.
So it might be a little more easier for people who who don't like the way we chat as much in videos and stuff like that for that kind of audience. But it also gives people they still get to hear our perspective and see us, try to plot against each other without being heard and stuff like that. Makes it a little more interesting. Like what happens when someone's like the imposter and they're telling chat their plan or whatever, and another player walks up and overhears and is like, "You're gonna do what now?" Right? Like that kind of, like, I've been watching a lot of Among Us videos Like there's a few channels I watch that do specifically modded, and they create their own mods, so they're not exactly like out for public use kind of thing, which
Yeah.
so disappointing, but still entertaining to watch nonetheless.
But no, the one we were watching yesterday, Camel was trying to. He totally got stone cold busted, and he was trying to talk his way out of saying that he killed Sora. And like the way you animated my character, because I was also the imposter, and I'm just sort of like stepping away from him, just slowly.
Yes.
Sliding my way away. So like,
Yeah, and like I
can
was
only help you so much.
like when I've made those videos, I had no guides or instructions or anything. I was just taking a guess on how to do it. I was like, you know what? I would love, like, cause like I seen Neeb's gaming channel do a couple like where someone literally did drawn animations and proper animations of their meetings, and I'm like, you know what? I would love to be able to do something like that. Unfortunately, I'm lazy as fuck, and I ain't gonna put the effort into learning it. But I still want to give it a try. So what's the best way I can compromise here? And I'm like, stop motion. So I fucking did my best. I'm like, and every time I'm working on a scene, I'm thinking, I'm like, okay, do I have enough detail? Do I have too much detail? Is anything going to block out or ruin anything? Are they going to get what I'm trying to say here? You know, like, are they going to see the subtle drop of sweat on the imposter, or are they going to see too much of it, kind of stuff? Like, I try to keep all that stuff in mind and make it up as I go along, kind of thing. So
I thought about getting. I was thinking about setting up something kind of like almost kind of like sketch comedy-ish.
Oh yeah.
Where just get whoever could record their voice with it for it to do to do like some lines, and then the lines would be dubbed over like essentially just stills.
Okay.
So everything, it wouldn't be animated, it would just be a still of something, and then the sketch would be pretty much whatever still I could find, just with like our avatars superimposed over. So it'd be like our thumbnail, my thumbnails.
Okay, yeah.
Except for it would be like telling a story as the thing goes.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure something out. Like, that's an idea I've put in my head, because like going back to the green Deadpool thing, I have for the longest time since I started working on YouTube videos and stuff like that, I have been working on like lore for Delahazed, the character. Like, you know that, or hopefully you remember at least, like most people who have been watching me long enough might remember, like, you know, my character is supposed to be like a Time Lord. And those who have paid attention know that somewhere along the line he also becomes a hybrid, half Time Lord, half Saiyan, some stupid shit like that, right? Yeah. So I've been kind of working on lore like that for the background for like the longest time, and over the last couple months I've actually started to make some progress. Like, I've got a good start of ideas and stuff of where to go. It's just taken a while because, you know, it's gonna take some. It's got a lot of secrets in the storyline and stuff like that. Like, basically, Della is a criminal charged with trying to destroy Gallifrey and almost succeeding, and now he's on the run, is the story. And then there's more to it than that, but for now that's the base story that it's going to start off with.
Yeah, I don't really have, like, I don't think I could do something like that for me, because I just don't have that. Well,
yeah,
I could write the story for it, but I couldn't, like.
Yeah, no, and for someone like me, like, if I were to put that on YouTube, I think one of the ways I would consider trying is like you said, have some sort of still for whatever's being spoken at the time, kind of thing. And like for me, I like to try and do voices, whether I'm good or bad, so that would be fun for me to do too, kind of thing.
Yeah, I found an old story that I was writing. I started, I think I was 21 or 22. Like me and my friends were sitting in a circle, and we were passing I think we were passing a bong, a pipe.
As soon as you said sitting in a circle, I knew it.
And a bong, 2 pipes, and a blunt we were passing around. And I'm like, because we were talking about, what would we do if we were in a movie?
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, I don't care what would happen. My friend's like, I don't care what would happen to me as long as I have 2 guns in my hand and I go out like a badass. It's like, all right. Okay. But that kind of like put an idea into my head where a guy who has a traumatic experience in his past loses his dad, watches his dad get killed, actually.
Oh.
And it kind of like puts him into this, because it's a severe psychological moment, it puts him to where he can see like angels and demons and shit, kind of like supernatural-ish. This is before I even watched Supernatural, but it kind of opens his eyes a bit to supernatural stuff.
Mm-hmm. I get you.
And like in the base storyline, he eventually makes a few bad decisions. He ends up dying, and somehow, and in the first draft of this, I never really quite explained how. Like, it never really even as far as I've gotten, I had never explained why.
Mm-hmm.
It just happened that he becomes a Grim Reaper.
Oh, okay.
Just like, you were chosen. It's like, why? Like, just because your name is your name, you're the main character. Who fucking knows? But like, kind of as the story evolved, sort of like, just the more I read it, I'm like, well, this is fucking stupid. Like, I wrote this high, you can tell.
Hey man, some of my most inspired moments were when I was high. I mean, goddamn, it's how I impressed my girlfriend back in high school. She texted me one day on the weekend, and she's like, "How would you describe me?" And I'm just like, give me a minute. So I go outside, I smoke a fat ass fucking bowl. I come inside, I'm so fucking baked. I'm like, I think about it for a minute, and I respond. I'm like, water. She's like, water? Yeah. You have one word to describe me, and you choose water. I'm like, yeah. Explain now. you're in trouble. I'm like, well, I mean, come on. You're like, nothing is softer than water, but it could still erode rock. Like, it's tough. It's strong. It can't be stopped in its current. Come on. She's like, oh.
You gave her the Bruce Lee line.
Actually, I a week later I realized I stole it from the movie Forbidden Kingdom. I
like that movie too.
I think Jet Li said it in that movie. But I mean, it was not inaccurate. It was a very accurate way of describing her.
Yeah. Like, we're never watching this movie ever together.
Oh, to be fair, that relationship only lasted a week. Mixed signals. She thought something was going on that wasn't. It worked out for what we stayed friends anyway, so it didn't matter.
Yeah, well, that's always good.
Yeah.
No, for the most part, it's usually.
I mean, it can be
depending on the circumstances.
I mean, as long as you're not stupid.
Yeah. Now, in my story, I think this was like a month before we had broken up. we were having a movie night, and I chose Monty Python's Flying Circus, and she picked One Night at McCool's. And as we were wondering, if we should get a third movie, and I'm like, then we're going through and we're like, yeah, nothing's really jumping out. The ones that we want to see are gone, or they're like, new rentals are more expensive than the old ones. So it's like, got a budget. And there's another couple walking towards us, and she was pretty insecure, and I have a tendency to make things worse on accident. Like it's not really it's never on purpose, but
because a lot of people try to make things worse on purpose.
Yeah. As things do. So we're walking next to this couple, and I'm kicking jokes. Everyone can hear it. Everyone's laughing. And previously, to cite this story, she was talking about, because it had been, I think we'd been together for 2.5 to 3 weeks, and we hadn't hooked up at all because she wasn't comfortable with it. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, you know what? It's not, it's not an important aspect of a relationship. We're actually, we've been together for a while. It's not like, I'm planning on leaving as soon as you,
give up the goods.
Hook up. Yeah. Like, I don't know if you know this about me, but, I don't attract a lot of women. So the fact that you're here, that's a thing. So, and so, she's like, and she kind of took that as like, oh, this guy's not like these other guys. And she was still like not very trusting of that statement. Mm-hmm. And so as we're picking these movies, she wanted to pick up Drew Barrymore, Never Been Kissed by Drew Barrymore. Because Drew Barrymore was her favorite actress. Okay. And I had already seen that movie. Right. And it was 100% pure garbage. Like, I know. I
have a mother. I grew up when that movie came out. I know.
Okay, I was gonna say, if you haven't seen that movie, don't. It is absolute shit. There is no good character in any of that movie. The baby, baby. That's it.
We had one TV in the house growing up, and mom and dad got seniority. Mostly mom. Yeah. So, a lot of times choices were made, just not by us.
So she's like, well, have you seen it? Like, let's get this movie. And it was some Drew Barrymore movie. I can't remember which one I was offhand. It was a bad one. That's all there is.
You've seen one, you've seen them all.
That's true. And so I go, no, this movie's garbage. Like, she's like, oh, have you never seen it? I'm like, yeah, actually, I watched it a while ago. Because it popped up, and I'm a fan of Paul Rudd, so I was like, yeah, okay, sure. And I watched it, and I'm just like, no, we're not watching the movie. And she's just like, well, that's it, none for you. And I just go, oh, I was given a moment. I could have said anything. I could have said anything. Let's see. It's like the microbiglia. He's like, what I should have said was nothing. What I did say was, well, I'm not getting any anyway.
Oh, you moron.
And the guy who was like, they were both laughing at me, and the guy turns to me and he goes, the fuck you just say?
Right?
And I'm just like, I just go, what? Like, it was a joke. Clearly it was a joke. I thought it was a joke. No one else thought it was a joke.
Maybe not a good joke.
Her feelings were immediately just, I might as well just like dipped her in liquid nitrogen and just thrown her off a bridge. Like she was destroyed. The guy standing next to me was just he was laughing at me, and in a second he goes, No, dude.
Yeah, no.
And yeah, I spent the rest of that night. I'm just like, I had to like triple reassure her that sex is an important part of the relationship. It was a joke. It wasn't meant. It wasn't meant to think like, yeah, I would like to have sex with you eventually, but like you said, and I played defense that entire.
I love
the entire night.
I love how she kicks you in the dick, and then in your stunned, confused, weakened, and pained state, you falcon punch her ever so slightly in the ovaries, and she's the one who's aggrieved the most. Like, I can see where your mindset was when you said that, and then after, like, I see what her mindset is after you explain it, but goddamn, I would see your mindset first.
It's like watching it's in an anime where, like, when a super move goes off and just everything around it just is a hollow, just nothing but destruction. That's what that was. Everyone standing there is just like, dude, you should not have said that. And I'm like, I know that.
Now? Oh, God, that's... Oh, dude.
That is just a short glimpse into the Mike Birbiglia-esque what I should have said but nothings. I have a list.
I mean, to be fair, it's got to be better than being cock-blocked by your own mom. Like, I had this chick, I fucking took her down one night, and then the next night I'm like, yo, want to come over to my place, fucking round 2 kind of thing? She was down. So, we go over to fucking my place, and as soon as we get in, my mom wakes up, she's like, is that a girl? Because I told her I was bringing a friend over. I'm like, yeah. And I knew I was in shit, so I brought her to my room and proceeded to set up the spare bed that was in there because I did not like where things were going to go from there. And of course, she proceeded to take me into the room next door, which was her room that she only used for laundry. Ream me out, tell me we would be sleeping in separate beds, and went back to the living room to sleep in the bed with her boyfriend. Yeah, that was not cool. I was like, that's fucking awkward. Like, fuck the hypocrisy. That was just awkward as fuck.
Now there was my when I was still living with my parents, I told my mom that a friend of mine was coming over, and we were going to go to the bar later.
Mm-hmm.
But we were just waiting to for some time to pass before we actually went out, and we were playing pinball in my room.
Nice.
I have like the Marvel pinball thing for the Zen games.
Cool.
And then we were just doing that, and it was a gal, and so she's like, "Oh, I got to go to the bathroom," and she went into the bathroom. My stepdad comes out, and I heard him come down, and he sometimes has trouble, like when he has trouble sleeping. He'll go down, go get on Facebook, play some casino games, and then go back up to bed. So I didn't know this at the time, but when he does this, he comes downstairs wearing nothing but a pair of underwear, and she comes out of the bathroom, and the bathroom is like, as you go to the bathroom, there's his desk, there's his computer, and she comes out, and he is wearing nothing but underwear. His dentures are out, and all that stuff. And she goes, "Oh, hi," and he goes, "Hello," and she goes, "I'm gonna go over here now," and she comes into the bedroom, and I go, "Oh, you met my stepdad?" And she goes, "Oh yeah." This sounds like a story.
Yeah.
So he runs upstairs and goes back to bed. We leave, and I'm thinking, she comes out and she's like, "Does your stepdad usually come downstairs in his underwear?" And I go, "I guess. I don't know. I don't know." And so she goes, "Yeah, he came down. I really hope he wasn't naked." And I go, "No, he usually walks around in his underwear before he does anything." She goes, "Okay, good." The next day,
Oh
I am
no.
awoken to my mom just being like, "So you had your friend over last night, right?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I told you about this." He comes in behind her. "You didn't tell me you were having guests, blah 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 blah." I'm just like, she knew, like. She knew what was going on. She's like, "Well, that's not about. This ain't your mom's house." Blah 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 blah. And he was mad as hell. And I'm thinking, oh my god, he's embarrassed that she saw him naked. That she saw him without his clothes on. And my mom's just like, "Honey, just go in the other room." So he scours off, and then she goes, "She saw him without his teeth in." And I'm like, I am concerned that
his priorities.
I
Gosh.
I go, "Wait, what?" And I start laughing. She's like, "It's not funny." I'm like,
It's hilarious.
"Dude, she thought he was naked." And my mom just kind of starts chuckling. I'm like, "Oh, don't get mad at me. This is fucking bullshit." Hey, Poppy.
How's it going, Poppy?
But yeah, so I'm thinking I'm going to get yelled at because my friend almost saw my stepdad naked. And he was more embarrassed by the fact that she saw him without teeth in. And I could not. It was fucking hilarious. I loved it.
Yeah, that's... He's in his underwear and he's more concerned that she saw his lack of dentures. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just like, all right. My lack of caring right now is at an all-time high.
Like, I think he needs to straighten his priorities just a tad.
Like, yeah, it's the teeth, not the blazing nudity that she saw. Like that.
I mean, to be fair, would it have helped if he had his teeth in? Like, were they so shiny they would have blinded her and she wouldn't have had to see him in his underwear?
I would sure hope so.
Because that would be the only time I see that being like, you know what? This is the most important thing in the world. She needs to see me with my teeth in. How else is she going to be blinded? How else am I going to save her from all this hanging out?
Oh, man. No, it was... Like, and I understand, I have empathy.
Right.
For, he was in an embarrassing position. I get that. But you're going to yell at me about anything? Like, I wish I would have known your friend was there before she saw me almost naked.
Look, it's not... Look, she knew. It's not my fault. You guys don't communicate. Fix it.
I have been the cause of so many of their fights.
As a stepchild should.
No, I would go in like, okay, my parents, my family, the entire family, as we were talking about, I think it was the year before, I think it was 2015, before the Trump-Clinton debacle.
Mm.
And I was the only one who was like, they were talking about, women in the workplace making the 70 cents for every dollar. I'm just like, cough, cough, earned.
There is a key word.
And I'm like, shit, they're like, yeah, I can see her like fixing the wage gap. I'm like, well, job complete. And everyone's like, what are you talking about? I'm like, oh, there is no wage gap. And everyone, like, it was one-man army. It was everyone against me.
Oh, 1v30's always fun.
And, like, I fortunately had enough, it was at the time when everyone was putting those videos out where, they're talking about the wage gap. This is the debunk of that wage gap. This one's talking about the wage gap. This is the debunk of this argument of the wage gap. And I'm just like, all right, I got all this information. And then I was like, what about this? And I'm like, bam, I saw that video. Like, this is what's going on here.
Yeah.
And your mic's muted.
Yeah, I was coughing.
Okay.
And it's a lot quieter to do it this way than to do it with the switch on my headset.
Well, and I was watching the wrong thing.
Yeah. You should pay attention. The right attention.
I'm not the host.
That's not my point. I'm the host. I don't want to pay attention. That's why I asked you here.
You make me work?
Well, I mean, you said it. You're not the host.
That is true. That's for Thursdays.
Yeah. Now you get to see what Camel goes through. We'll see how your backhandle's carrying me now, boy. But this is the part where you carry the show.
I was doing some scrolling.
You were doing some squirreling.
I'm
Jack, get your gun.
I'm guessing that because it's just coincidental. This guy's talking about. He's like, my son's cock blocking me right now.
Oh
just
God!
Wait till he's 16. Yep, I can totally agree with that.
I mean, how old's the kid now?
I don't know. It doesn't say, but I'm guessing he's a baby. Because that's what most people complain about when they're parents.
Oh gosh.
That was my number one complaint, is trying to get my kids to bed, and then getting back in there so that I can get my stuff done. And like the kid would go down, his eyes would be closed. I Mission Impossible my way out of the bedroom. Just not a peep sound made. I sneak over into my own fucking room, close the door, and I start getting my mojo working. And then 2 seconds later, I hear, "Hey, where'd you go?" There's the kid right behind me.
Yeah, that'll get you. See, that's why I only ever did the babysitting, so I didn't have that problem. And even then, the kid could barely crawl on his own, so I had no problems with putting him in the crib and just fucking, all right, you finally get, I'll wait here till you go to sleep. I got all the time in the world, all 8 hours till your mom gets off work, does her cash out, and comes back up to drive me home. You take as long as you need, and when you go to sleep, I'm going to go right outside on that balcony and keep an eye on you while I smoke my joint. So, fucking kid go sleep. I'd go out and I'd think about smoking a joint, but I'd be like, you know what? Fuck it. I'll just smoke a cigarette. Fuck that noise. Save this for after the shift, after the job's done, and just. I did this every time. I had a joint ready for whenever the kid take a nap, and I just be like, you know what? I'll save it for after. But yeah, I'd have my smoke. I'd watch him from the window in the balcony and make sure, and I'd keep the monitor next to me too, so just in case. But yeah, he pretty much slept through every time.
Now my nephew, watching him was, if he could watch Scooby-Doo 24 hours a day, he would. And somehow, he would find the energy to stay up every one of those viewings. And I was on for 3.5 viewings, and I could not take any more. I'm like, kid, we're finding a new movie, and you're going to bed because I'm done.
My cousin was also very into Scooby-Doo growing up as a kid. Fucking, whenever we'd visit his house, everywhere you looked, there was Scooby-Doo toys, Scooby-Doo figurines, Scooby-Doo fucking posters, flags, and all sorts of shit. And it's like, you know what? I enjoyed Scooby-Doo as much as the next kid when I was your age, but goddamn, I think you might have a problem here, bud. And real quick, no, Pop, you don't fail at life. Shit happens. That's all good. That's why we're here to help each other. You just focus on being ready for next time you're available, and that's all that matters.
No, you stuff comes first.
Yeah. Besides, the suspense just makes it worth the wait to next time. keep them wanting more, that sort of thing.
Keep them guessing.
Yeah.
Jerry Springer's "You Were Not the Fathers." Just another week till we hit the test.
Oh shit! I just remembered. Have you seen any of the new the final season of Lucifer yet?
I just started. I'm through episode 2 right now.
Dude, how? I'm not gonna lie, I was pretty excited to see Negasonic in the new season there. I was like, wait, is that? Quickly Google search. That is! Fuck yeah, let's go! Negasonic Teenage Warhead.
Oh, is that the chick who?
That's the one who brings who goes down to ask for Michael's help in doing that thing. Yeah.
Okay, now you're a little too far ahead for me.
Really? I thought you were on episode 2. Oh, wait, no.
Episode 2 of season 6.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I binged that whole season in one night. I'm like I found out that it came out as soon as I woke up that day. I logged the internet for a couple hours and I see a tweet from one of the Lucifer connected accounts. I'm like, oh, is that? And I'm like, I go search my site. I'm like, yeah, let's go.
Yeah, I got through to where he goes to visit Dan.
Okay.
In purgatory, and he's like, you're supposed to do this shit for me, and he's like, I can't fucking do that. Like,
yeah.
That's how it works.
Yeah,
asshole.
Yeah.
And so, when he leaves, and then the camera pans up, and all it shows is just legs.
Yeah,
and
it's
so
sitting in Lucy's old throne, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you didn't see the trailer for the new season at all?
No.
Oh.
No, it was just like, oh, Lucifer season 6 started. Like, okay,
dude,
I'll start watching.
I seen trailers months ago on YouTube and shit, man.
That shows how much I pay attention.
To be fair, I didn't pay much attention either because I didn't realize that's who it was then. But I seen her in the trailers, and she's like, in the trailer, she's in hell asking, "Hey, you want to help me kill Lucifer Morningstar?" But yeah,
I'm gonna have to.
It's
take a look at that.
It's an interesting one. I'm gonna say one thing. It takes a lot. What they do at the end of the season is take a long time to say their goodbyes. Is basically what I noticed. I'm not complaining. It's just an observation.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think the last few episodes are mostly just them extending the cast saying goodbye to the fans kind of thing through the story and stuff like that, which I think is a nice touch.
So I got a question.
All right.
And I'm going to say that my guess is going to be no, because I can't see them doing it anyway. Is there going to be a Constantine showing in this season?
No.
Go figure.
He died.
No, I meant because they were doing
The crossover event. They did that one little with Mia and whatnot. Yeah. Nope. Well, I would imagine there's no need to, since unless it was like a flashback, but yeah, because like what happened in that crossover, Constantine called in the favor that was owed to him by Lucifer, and that's all the interaction they needed. Otherwise, they never interacted with each other. Is what the impression I got, right? Aside from when the debt was created for MotZ.
Yeah, and that's what he was essentially what he owed the favor for, is because he helped him with MotZ that one time. And I was thinking, and fan speculation being what it is, that they were going to talk about that in either season 5 or 6, and it looks like they didn't do it in 5, so I wasn't expecting it to be done in 6.
Yeah, no. That was more focused on just wrapping everything up in a nice little bow with a bit of drama at the start. On the bright side, you still get to see God in season 6, just not Lucifer's God.
Yeah.
So if you know,
yeah,
he's in an episode or two. Playing the same character he played at the end of last season.
Gotcha.
It's a nice little ending though, fucking. Although I'm gonna say they didn't give Trixie enough time. I mean, that kid is fucking hilarious.
Yeah, she was a really good actress.
Oh man, her emotional range for like when Dan died and stuff like that, she's good. She's good.
That was very Full Metal Alchemist, and I appreciated it.
Oh yeah.
Like I was having Hughes PTSD in that scene.
She did phenomenal in that scene, but what took it even more over the top for me was how Lucifer reacted when she asked him, because like he doesn't lie, and he's just like.
Yeah.
The one time he doesn't call her an urchin, he's like, "Oh my dear sweet child, I wish I could." That was a beautiful moment, well scripted and well performed by those two.
Oh yeah, and even like, I would say, let's see, Tom Ellis he's a really good actor.
Oh yeah.
The girl is, Chloe isn't really? Lauren Sherman. Yeah. She's not bad.
No. She's all right.
She's very soap opera-ish, like, actress.
Fair enough.
God, who else? I mean, Dennis Hastert is Dennis Hastert. We really can't.
I'm not gonna lie.
I'm not like I liked. I've warmed up to Amenadiel. I'm not saying that he's a good actor.
I was gonna say DB Woodside. He has his moments.
I think he plays what he has done really well.
Right. He actually has one really good moment. I think it's like one of the last scenes of the last episode of season 6. It's just fucking hilarious. He comes in. It's during Charlie's second birthday. It's just an exciting moment for him. It's fucking hilarious. The juxtaposition of Linda's shock and his excitement is just so hilarious. It's like, yes, he's waited so long for this moment.
Yeah. Kevin Alejandro. Like,
Oh yeah, Dan.
Dan's pretty good.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he's
good
got
at it.
range.
Let's see. I like
Amy
Leslie
Garcia.
Ann Brandt.
Oh,
Amy Garcia. No, Amy Garcia. I didn't like just because of George Lopez.
Okay, fair enough. But yes,
And,
Leslie Brandt, who plays Maze, that is very.
She's good. I don't like Eve.
Inbar? Oh, come on. I mean, yeah, her voice. I can understand her voice being a bit too much, but come on, look at her. Just look
Okay.
at her.
Outside.
Okay.
You raise a good point.
Yeah.
But
It's like that
Outside
'70s
of
show when Hyde's dating Jackie, and Eric's like, "How, man?" It's like, okay, just do what I do. Picture her, on a beach in a coconut bikini. And then, Eric pictures it, and she's just doing all this annoying barking or just talking. He's like, yeah. And he's like, okay, do it again, but this time, do what I do. So he does it, and it's like, she's talking, but it's on mute. And it's like, oh, I can really appreciate it now. But, to be fair, I've seen her in something else, and she does have a bit more range than just Eve, so
Yeah.
give her some credit.
I haven't seen much of her other stuff, so.
I started watching a series she was in. I forget what it was called, but she played like a member of a trio of people who like con people by using fake identities. She would go in, marry people, take their fortunes, and then leave and disappear off the face of the planet and stuff like that. Then she'd go start a new identity and do the same thing over with another mark kind of thing. I think it was like Imposters or something like that. I forget, but yeah.
Huh.
It's a role where she has to play like literally various different characters depending on what job she's trying to pull kind of thing. So yeah.
So a more dramatic version of like, what the hell's it called? Leverage.
I don't know. I've never seen that.
Yeah, it's very, steal from the people who steal from other people type of thing.
Okay, yeah.
It's a pretty good show. Let's see here. Trisha Helfer.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
come on. That
Yeah.
just goes without saying.
I think she gets typecast, and it's kind of.
I
think
mean,
this
yeah,
was a
fair
change
enough.
for it.
Yeah,
I think it was a change for her. So yeah, I liked it.
yeah. It was nice to see her be able to do more than one kind of thing at the same time too, like with going back and forth between like Charlotte and the goddess Charlotte.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of which, you'll get a glimpse of her in season 6 at some point too.
I kind of figured it said 2016 to 2021, so I figured she was.
Oh, look who's looking up IMDb.
I'm always on IMDb.
I know.
I don't stream without it on because it usually ends up. Every conversation usually ends up going that way.
Gee, I wonder how that happens. Maybe because you're always on the site.
I mean, granted, it was a few seasons ago. I did like Tom Welling's parts.
Oh yeah, Tom Welling. He did an interesting portrayal of Kane for their storyline.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Oh no, I was gonna say it would have been nice to see. I don't know, even like if they were gonna kill him off or whatever, or just have him. So I think he just ended up leaving, didn't he? Or
Who?
Did they actually kill him off?
Who?
Tom Welling.
He died.
Did he?
Lucifer killed him at the end of on the last episode of the season, and and then after that, that's when Chloe walked in to see his devil face because it had returned after he had killed Immortal.
Right.
Because he killed Immortal, his devil face had returned. So, and of course, it was subconscious, so he didn't realize it till he turned around and seen Chloe's reaction.
And then she lost her shit.
Mm-hmm. And then she found her shit.
And then she doesn't know how to handle her shit.
Well, I mean,
yeah, given the situation.
She. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. You picking up what I'm putting down?
I got you.
All right, cool. All right, yeah. No, it's I'm looking forward to when you finish the season though. That's gonna be fun.
Yeah. It'll take some time.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, you do your thing, and I'll just I'll probably watch certain clips like over and over again for a while, as I tend to do.
Yeah, it's now going back to the animation thing. I found where was it? Where did I put it? There's a couple of programs I have for animations. Crazy Tock.
Okay.
Where you can do like voice syncing over pictures.
Right.
I did one with Prospero, and I did one with that's the one I did for comic book curation with
right. Jordan Peterson.
What's his name? Jordan Peterson. Using the not Jordan Peterson text to voice.
I remember
text
that.
to speech. Yeah. That was fun. And I'm like, I'm never letting this thing go. So
Yeah.
those were the days, though.
Yeah, well. Those were some days. We got more to come.
Like that, because my kid was interested in doing animations and stuff. And so I figured getting that, because I found it on Humble Bundle for, I think, $30. There's a whole bunch of like animation stuff on there. And we got that. And then there's like a makeup thing that I gave to my stepdaughter that she never used.
Well, when it comes to animations, there's one thing I would suggest in my minimal experience, and that would be to get all the resources first before starting. Whether you think you're going to use them or not, make sure you have them all first so that you're not... Because it's going to take enough time and effort to do to make it in the process as is. You don't need to be stopping in the middle and being like, okay, let's go find a left arm that looks like this, or a right foot that looks like it's performing this kind of action, you know? You have it all ready for you kind of thing. So it's better to have and not need than need and not have it, especially in this situation. So that'd be what I would suggest.
Yeah, it's I need to do some more research on it before I really even step into that direction. Just because you go in blind. It felt like my programming class when they're like, okay, we teach you how to do this stuff and now build something, and I'm like, what? I can't just on a whim make an app. Like, I can make a calculator. There you go. Ta-da.
Yeah,
Give me an A. Like,
I work best off some sort of like structure or guide or inspiration kind of thing, you know, like
yeah,
that's the only way I was able to. I think that's probably the only way I was able to manage to doing the Among Us ones. Like I did those ones on, I did some of those on the fly before I started realizing I should have some resources and for the just in case, like I suggested. And then it's like, yeah, yeah. I mean, it was fun, but it's a lot easier to have them already.
yeah.
Especially if you're not making them yourself.
Yeah. Well, it's like watching How It Should Have Ended. Doing something like that would be fucking amazing. And just watching how he did it, I'm like, just watching, like, there's a still, I think it was, he was talking about, it was one of the ones with Mario that he was putting together. And he's like, yeah, it's not easy.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen How It Should Have Ended in forever.
Well, speaking of how it should have ended, I think we're going to end it right now. Just, because I'm running out of things to talk about. I don't know about you.
Okay.
Yeah. Is there any parting thoughts you have before I close this out?
No, I got nothing.
My man. All right. So, guys, thank you for coming to hang out with us tonight. Once again, apologies for the disappointment, but you know what? Life happens, and it'll just be that much better next time when she is on. And I'm always happy to disappoint you. It's how I survive. It's how I get through the day, you know, disappointment of others. Thank you, Johnny, for coming to keep me company. I mean, it's always appreciated, and I'm sure the audience likes having someone who isn't just going to sit there and ramble about nothing like I currently am trying to close us out of here. Join us tomorrow night, guys. It's Monday after all. Quiz is going to be hosting as per usual, or at least I should think so. Unless something comes up, you know, things happen. But schedule-wise, it's expected to be Quiz. Keep an eye out on both the Minions Discord and Twitter to see when Quiz is going to go live. It's either going to be early, late, or on time, but you never know which one you're in for to be sure, so just keep an eye out if you want to be informed.
So far, 100% accuracy.
Bro, consistency is key. That's all I'm saying. Other than that, guys, thank you once more. Hope you enjoyed the show. Have a good night. The zoo is closed.
Good night.